sad about it, so sad about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge.
Don't hide, I could never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke. No. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke. Dog. You don't want problems. Yeah.
I'm on yours now, Jaquan.
Hey, George.
So my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted.
All right, you good right there. Go to the next one.
I mean, I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't panic surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy.
All right, we can go to the other screen. 3, 2, 1.
Well, Coach, the seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. As here guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
He goes, Brett, 180. Mike 54. Easy alert. Zebra. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. 21. Pressure.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And not the start he was hoping for there as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
59. Double right.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. He finds his man Johnson. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Middle. 6-6. Pull it high.
Stafford now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 26. Check, look at me. Go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got room. The 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Greystone, Travis. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 52. Watch the edge. Slam. Check, crunch.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offensive coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
He was brought down by Devon Kennard. Here's 2nd and 8. This will be caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A gain there of 21 yards. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on... And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great play there. with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
You got tight right there. He's checking.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a second and just 3.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Check 24. Kill. Watch the twist.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Check 13. No. 32. Check.
On second down, Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Check. Zero. Shit. Watch like 7.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 6 there on the first down play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. Get the outlaw. Check 99. Recon, 132 fighter. You're out. Shoot.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
10-2 start. 22 jet bomber. Hey, Foxtrot.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. To throw is Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And Justin Coleman brings him down.
2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the whip. Hey, alert 3. Check.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Pull it high. Look, squeeze. Down.
And they give this time to the tailback. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 39. Back to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down.
All day, just like that.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On second down, it's Johnson. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down. Spectacular catch turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On second down now. It's Johnson. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point good by Prater. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
people worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Hey, Echo! Snap!
Check, boy, choose the mic.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
First down, Packers.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
Intercepted. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter.
We got this.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And it's 3rd down.
Come on, set. 10-2 soft.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Pilot, 64, reach. Look at me, zipper.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. On second down, it's Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on 3rd down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down.
Leo!
They'll try and run for it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a 1st down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Now Jones. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
2nd and 4. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal.
Go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. His defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. They'll set up a throw. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 31, Stafford throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
It's caught, Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Lady, alert!
Not today. Jim. Check 24, check 24.
Under 10, under 10.
Again, it's Johnson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Marcus Golden on the stop. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
What's tight? Tight ends right. What's tight? Tight ends right. Even. Hey,
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now it's Stafford. This one complete to Lacey. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Stafford going to get this one to Johnson. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
22.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the red zone now, Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They snap it to Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
Look at me. Go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Here we go on 2nd and 12. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Let it, 30 base.
Big stop, D.
80 weapons. Hey, Haywood.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter.
Pull it high. Check. Cross. Score. Check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. They go play action here on first down. To the right side to Eric Ebron. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Eric Ebron. His second touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. The Packers keeping the offense out there now as they'll go for 2.
Cut. Hatchet. Check 31. Check.
Hey, lock it.
Showing it. Check 3.
Hey, exit.
Now a toss going left. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And boy, before they're inside the 25. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And now it's second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Kill. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. The Packers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Lions will take over. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
They go to Johnson again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Lions on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And we are inside at 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Now Stafford and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Rock it.
Right back to him on first down. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call?
It got his man complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Green Bay, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they will head back home